Hey y'all, so check this out, man. With this video, I want to talk about the two best guys at 135, which is Gervonta Davis and Teofimo Lopez. Even though Gervonta Davis is fighting Leo Santa Cruz for 130, we all know that Gervonta Davis can fight at 130 and 135. He can go between both weight classes to fight, you know what I'm saying, whoever. So look, now, it's a couple other guys out there, young guys, who I can throw in the bunch, but like Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, but I believe those two guys, man, I don't know yet. Let's say this. When Devin Haney fight Gamboa, even though Gamboa is an old ass man, according to Devin Haney, because that's what he said. Even though he an old ass man, I will still be able to see like certain shit. I will still be able to watch the fight and see certain things or whatever. So after that fight, we gonna revisit this topic and we can talk more about this, because right now, I believe the two best guys is Gervonta Davis and Teofimo Lopez. They the biggest fight because, first of all, none of them is as big as Tank. First of all, I'm just keeping it real. But Teofimo Lopez is probably after Tank because, you know, he just did 3 million views on ESPN versus Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? Even though you can arguably say that they was mostly Lomachenko fans, but after Lomachenko got his ass whooped the way he did, I'm sure the fans went from Loma to Teo. So, and Teo gained a lot more fans because of that performance. So, with that being said, man, let's talk about the topic of the video, the differences between Gervonta Davis and Teofimo Lopez. See, first of all, both of them are the hardest punchers at 135. They hit the hardest. Teofimo Lopez is the biggest out of the two. I believe he's the most physically stronger. I think he's more physically stronger than Gervonta Davis. Like body wise. Say for instance, like when Lomachenko would clinch with Teofimo Lopez and they fight last weekend, you will see where Teo was able to like tighten his ass up, where he couldn't. It was needed for the ref to come in between to pull them apart, because Lomachenko wasn't gonna get separated unless Teo wanted him to let his ass go from the clinch. You know what I'm saying? So, and I seen where Gamboa was able to do that with Tank, where Tank kind of had like a hard time like getting it loose. He had to like rip his arms out of the clinch to be able to get an arm free to punch or whatever. So I seen where he wasn't as, maybe because he was weight drained, I'm not sure yet. But I just looking at him, Teo is definitely bigger and stronger physically wise. Out of punching power, they both hit the hardest out the weight class, but I'm not sure which out of the two hit hardest, to be honest. I can't really say right now. They both explosive. But one of the biggest difference is, to me, is the defense, the head movement, and the foot speed, which all goes to Tank, because Tank can close distance, right? Because of his foot speed, he can close distance on you real fast. Because when you watch Teo versus Lomachenko was able to separate himself using his feet. He was able to separate himself and get away from Teo and still survive, and Teo wasn't able to cut the ring off. But with Tank, he would be able, his foot speed, he had such fast feet to where he can get to you, like boom, get to you, boom, throw a blow and shit like that. Like, he can do that. You see him do it on numerous occasions. Like, that's what he can do, like, for a fact. And the head movement, T.O. don't really use his head movement that much, which that's not the only form of defense that you can use, his head movement, but his form of defense is the shoulder roll. You know what I'm saying? Teofimo Lopez. Devin Haney used that shit too, but Teofimo Lopez uses the shoulder roll, and that's not. He ain't. Of course, he's not a master at it, but he uses it, and sometimes he get hit. You gonna get hit. Let me say that you gonna get hit regardless, because this is boxing, and you got a whole grown ass man throwing punches at you, so you gonna get hit no matter who you is. But at the end of the day, Teofimo Lopez can be hit. He can be hit if you want to hit him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can be hit like with more punches. Tank uses his head movement to get out of the way of punches and counter. You know what I'm saying? Which is something that T.O. doesn't do. So that's why I gotta give it to Gervonta Davis. He wins in that aspect. Like, he can, like, he's a better counter puncher too. He uses his head movement to get out of the way of punches to make you pay, which I didn't see T.O. do versus Lomachenko. What else? Which is all a part of defense. That's all in one little bucket. The defense, the head movement, and all that. You know what I'm saying? So, if it all came down to it, and Gervonta Davis versus Teofimo Lopez fight each other, which would be the biggest fight in 135, they fight each other, I had to pick Tank because of those reasons I just named. Also, Tank can punch from, he has more angles. He can fight it and punch it. You know, do y'all remember that punch Jerron Ennis just knocked out his last opponent, finished his last opponent with? It was an uppercut from a crazy angle, right? Tank punches from that type of shit. He do that type of shit. He punches from that angle and a whole bunch of other angles that he can punch at. So it's just more variations with Tank. He's a more like better. He just a better fighter. He a better fighter, man. He can do more. He more athletic. And T.O. is athletic and quick too, but I believe Tank is quicker and more athletic. Now, Lomachenko tried to expose Teofimo Lopez like Tank. You know what I'm saying? His gas tank. He tried to expose that by taking him, you know what I'm saying, to the deep rounds or whatever, and then try to drown him, which is the same thing Leo Santa Cruz just think he about to do, but he really, in actuality, he gonna get knocked out in the process. But Loma tried to do that, right? And Teofimo Lopez, I seen his energy level dropping or whatever, but I never seen him actually fatigue. But when Tank fought Gamboa, I seen him fatigue. I did. You know what I'm saying? We all did. I seen him fatigue, and I believe it's because he was out of shape. I'm like 90% sure that was the reason. But that's his fault. He was out of shape. That was his fault. Ain't no excuses. And for the sake of this video, I gotta give it to Teofimo Lopez on the gas tank. You know what I'm saying? On being able to, at the same time, look. At the same time, Lomachenko didn't push him early to even like see what his gas tank was gonna be like. He let him reserve his energy. You know what I'm saying? Because all he had to do was throw a few punches and shit. Because Loma ain't do nothing, so he didn't push him to even see if his gas. So we really don't really know for real. But for the sake of the last two performances, I gotta say Teofimo Lopez got a better gas tank. Not by much, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna be back to talk about this shit after Tank versus Leo Santa Cruz, and we're gonna discuss the same topics or whatever. So right now, at this moment, before the Tank fight, which is next weekend, I gotta give it to T.O. But all in all, Gervonta Davis is the better fighter. He got more skill, I believe, and he got better defense, better angles, better foot speed. He a better fighter. And that's what I got for now. Y'all can let me know what y'all think, man. We talking about the two best fighters at 135. You know what I'm saying? Them other guys, we don't know yet. We don't. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is, man. Y'all hit that like button to support the channel. And subscribe if you ain't subscribed already. I'm out, y'all. Peace.